Hello and welcome to this week's live. I'm just going to go live on Instagram as well. All right, so this is the week starting 9th of February. I mean, we always calculate the Mondays as the first day of the week. So, welcome to this week and all the wonderful things that are to come from here. Every week we go into the Akash collectively and we bring through lots of collective Akashic messages. And along with collective Akashic messages, we tune into the energy of the group that is tuning in. We tune into the energies of the collective for that week. We bring through messages of love and light for all who are ready. So I'm just going to fix my mic a little bit properly just to make sure that, we're okay. Perfect. All right. So, welcome to everyone who's joining. As we enter this week, let's just do a quick energy recap of everything that happened last week. Anyone who's joined YouTube, could you just give me a thumbs up or put on chat whether you can hear me? And I hope everything is going well on the live here on Instagram. All right. So, some interesting things that happened during the week. Now, last week there were a couple of energies. The week started with quite an intense energy. It was a very fast moving energy, which kind of led into surrender by sliding through the week. And by the end of the week, there was a completely different transformative energy. Now, let's look at what this week has in store. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with sharing something that happened as a symbol that I wanted to share with you for this week. And then we'll go into the combined Akashic realm and see what information comes through from there. Before we do that, for all who have joined, if you could quickly send me a little message of how you are and what's going on in your world. I know that a lot of people, when I put on the vote in the group, you mentioned that the energies, for some of you, the energies were fast moving and a lot of things were happening at the same time, while for others, there was a lot of rest and integration. So that's quite lovely. And I just wanted to make sure that we collect that energy and move forward. Now, as we move forward, one of the interesting things that came up was, I remember this call I made with my sister. I had a couple of sessions last week. Again, it was kind of booked out, and I didn't need to open extra slots, but all the sessions that I had, they were quite intense in the energy. Everyone was going through major shifts, and all those shifts were related to a particular theme. And the theme was needing for availability, needing for emotional availability to come from people who are not ready for it yet. And that was quite an interesting energy, which means that there were feelings of rejection, there were feelings of self worth, and all of that, which was impacting, which was affecting the experience of relationships. And there was a kind of gravity towards people moving into relationships and connections that are not mutual, that are not loving them back the same way, that are not bringing back the energy to them the same way. And anyone who's live on YouTube, could you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Last time there was an issue, that's why I just want to make sure. All right. And so we're bringing in that aspect of the unconscious, subconscious rejection, and the unconscious and subconscious aspects of self worth that can affect the way we interact with others. And bringing us into situations that are honoring of our own soul journey and making sure that that self honoring is a very, very important and crucial part of how things journey. So I would love to invite you into thinking about where those situations have occurred for you. Has there been any part of you that has felt not received, or that part of you that has felt that the relationship from the other side is not reciprocating with you the same way as you are expressing your love, or what you are giving is not giving back to you? So there's a kind of theme that is coming up there. And related to that, another interesting thing happened with me, and that was I'd given a call to my sister, and I just wanted to check in with her and see how things are going. And I found that as soon as we started talking, I just said, I just told my sister's name and I said, "How are you doing?" And suddenly in the background, I started hearing my nephew and niece started shouting and screaming and dancing. I could hear them dancing because they were like, "Yeah, Masi is coming! Masi is coming!" So I wasn't even thinking about going to her place because she had a busy week. So I wondered whether, she needed a little bit of rest and, I might go and meet her another time. But as soon as they heard that I was speaking to their mother, they just were celebrating that I was going to come and meet them. And that's something so wonderful about kids. They come in with this innocent love and this energy that is just so sweet and unconditional. That the celebration that they have for coming and meeting you, just as pets have, just as kids have, that's just the most innocent kind of love. That's the kind of love where you put your love effortlessly, and the love that comes back to you is so many times fold. And that was another reflection to the theme that I was experiencing the week, where clients were all looking at situations where they were not being loved back, and things were starting to open up for them when they started to step into spaces where there was more self-love, where there was more choice, and where they were choosing to go in situations where they can be received. So bringing in that energy into our theme now, I would love to ask you, where what is your intention, and what is this coming week looking like for you? So imagine yourself in this beautiful container, and as you imagine yourself in this container, we're going to travel and journey together in the collective Akash to see what energies are coming up. So what I would request you to do is, just if you're able to sit in a place and focus on your breath, if you're able to meditate, even better. And if you're able to focus on your breath at the moment, allow yourself to, even if you can, close your eyes and just tune into your breath. As you tune into your breath and you become current with all the physicality and this in this present moment, everything with happening within your body, everything happening in your environment, allow yourself to really start to settle in a way that you don't need to go anywhere and nothing needs to come to you. It's becoming a place of balance where you're comfortable with your solace. So as you're comfortable with your solitude, there you're finding solace in your solitude. So as you come together in this space, imagining yourself in a beautiful crystalline white bubble, this is keeping you in the space so that you can be anchored in the higher realms. At the same time, you can be very, very present in this moment. Now, as you hold this space, I'm going to tune into what I'm seeing in the collective. I generally see the access the Akashic records from this space above the third eye, not the third eye, above the crown chakra. This is where we're able to see what happens in the higher realm, and that's how we see in the sixth dimension. At least that's the way that my guides have taught me to access the Akashic records. So as I continue to do that, I would request you to allow yourself to just be present. There is no compulsion or no expectation for you to see anything. It is simply to just be. And if there's something that is coming up for you, to allow it to come. And if nothing is coming up, that is perfect. Even being in this collective moment together is allowing these frequencies, these healing energies, these alignment energies to come to you. So as you allow yourself to be tuned in this moment, I'm just tuning in to see what's happening here. As the channeled energies, the vision that they're showing us for this week. And what's coming up is a very, very gentle, kind of like a very feathery energy coming out from the top of a castle. So that's showing me that the beginning of the week may feel like there is a lot of silence, there is a lot of time to process, and through this gentle processing, lots of beautiful insights are emerging. So it's a time of self reflection. It is a time of holding that space and just tuning in and just allowing the energies to be. There is nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, just to be. I know it's very easy to say during the meditations, but when we are actually living it, there are places that you need to go, there are things that you need to do. Although they are much in the physical realm, in the energetic realm, there is nothing that you need to do which is, a big life changing decision, or there is no major high impact work that they are asking you to do. Now, again, please take this with a grain of salt. If you're going through something that is very exclusive to you, I'm reading the collective energies right now. And if sometimes they're not matching your current experience, it may be time to observe what is going through you in your individuated experience, and see where that is aligning with the collective. Maybe you're a little bit ahead or a little bit behind, and we're still all going through the same journey. And again, this is only a linear explanation, but souls, we are learning every day, and there is no start or end. We're all on a journey. And if the experience that you're going through at the moment is very intense and completely not matching this, I would suggest that you go in for an Akashic journey with me, or go into some kind of spiritual insights by yourself, to really get the insights of what is happening, why this orientation of energy is intense for you at the moment. Because it is definitely showing like a tower or a castle, and at the pointy edge of the tower is this beautiful white energy coming out. So again, the energies of solitude, the energies of being comfortable doing nothing. It's very hard for us, because even if you're 2 minutes without your phone, that you might feel like something is missing. uh, it's not for everyone, but many of us, we live our lives through our phones. So to have 2 minutes of stillness can be a luxury. And this is what the beginning of the week is inviting you in. It is tuning into this luxury of and luxuriousness of doing nothing. Even if you can do that only for a short span of time a week, that's perfect. Then we progress into the middle part of the week, and the middle part of the week looks like a market. It looks like a market where there's a lot of wares being sold. There are lots of things that are being sold that are not useful, and there are lots of things that are being sold that can be very, very useful. Like, going to the farmers market, where you actually find authentic veggies and things that the farmers have grown with love, and you actually get to meet the people who've created that stuff. So that direct connection with the artisans, that direct connection with the souls that are really working towards creating this for you, rather than going to the big tech or big pharma or big companies that are industrializing things, and that allows the rich people to get richer. There's nothing wrong with being rich, but it doesn't allow people who are just starting and trying to make a living and self-sustain while being very, very mindful of their ecosystem. They are not being taken care of. So when we go to these markets, this is an opportunity to meet those individual artisans, to meet those individual farmers that have created this beautiful nutrition and nourishment for us. It's also a place where a lot of things are happening. So the middle of the week looks like the energy of pick what feels authentic, pick what feels nourishing, not just to you in that moment, but to the collective. In a way, it has a deeper meaning to what you're doing. So there may be choices where the way it may show up is very different for each person. One of the examples that I'm sharing is, it may show up in a way that you can do something in one way, but if you do it in another way, it's going to help others as well, or it is going to assist someone or make something easier for somebody else. So it is that invitation to make things easy for someone else. If there is a chance, there is an option to do that without much deviation from your original path. And because of the way we've planned our lives, it's so individuation focused sometimes, that it may take a little bit of a detour to actually try to help someone. And this is in those small, effortless things. Like, instead of buying from the supermarket, if you buy something from a farmer's market, it's going to help the farmers. And within this energy of the middle of the week, where you're in the markets, there's also a little bit of lack of safety that is coming up. So a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity around things that are always like the Achilles heel for you. They may come up. For example, what they're showing me in the market is there are a few thieves, and this is not like this looks to me like a Middle Eastern market. Let's say like in the movie Aladdin, the market that where Jasmine and Aladdin met, that kind of a market. So I don't know if you watched that movie. So it's kind of that market. It's this got a thank you, Nicole, for being here. And you can catch up with the recording later. I'll put it up on YouTube, so I'll be able to share that link with you. It was lovely to have you. I just saw a note that somebody was leaving. Um, he's my brother-in-law. It's good to see family join these calls. While there is that part of you where you are doing something that can be done just for you, there is an opportunity to be able to do it that can help others as well, even if it is a slight deviation from the original. There is definitely an element of risk as well, because there are beings that may try to take the energy from you that is not in a way that is balanced. So this is the continuation of the theme that I've been experiencing last week, that the energy that you're putting out may not be reciprocated from the other side. And how do you match that? So here what's happening is, if you are an honest person, you are a sincere person, we feel that others should also be honest and sincere with us. And yes, that's how the world should work. And yet sometimes we come across people who don't match our same level of values, who don't match our same level of integrity. And then there's those choice points of how we navigate those interactions. So as we go through this, these are the two core messages from the middle of the week. They're showing the vision for the end of the week, coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just the weekend. That energy. And in this energy, they're showing that it's a little bit of a cold energy, and they're showing me like it's snow. There's a topography that it's snow. There's lots of walking, and there's a lot of hard work to do in the snow. So this may be something for not as a consequence of what has happened, but as a sense of planning for what is to come ahead. Because what they're showing me in the snow is they're clearing certain pathways. They're planning a few things, like keeping the taps open, especially if you've ever been to Canada, or if you've been to any of these snow places. If you don't keep your taps open, then the water can freeze in the taps, and then you may not get any water. So those are certain precautions that are required so that you can manage and balance yourself when the weather gets bad. So it doesn't mean that the weather will get bad, but it does mean that you will feel a sense of safety. You'll have your own insurance for any time that may come ahead, and you can keep yourself prepared for that time. So there is a bit of that preparatory energy in the weekend. So let's just bring all of this together. And I'm tuning in and asking them what energies are we needing to work on, or what areas are coming up for us, so that this week can be easy. This week can be joyful, with full of ease, and all things that are in your highest alignment. So this is coming through a channeled message. So I bring through something called light language for those who are new. This is a language of the cosmos. So you don't we don't generally understand the words that are coming out during this part, but it is the energy. So you will feel the vibrational shift. You feel the vibrations and the energy. You can listen to it from your heart, and it will feel like you're receiving the messages that you need to receive. So I'm bringing through these channeled messages. So for these, just allow yourself to be, if you're walking or if you're driving, that's all right. But if you're able to sit somewhere and just tune in, allow these messages and these energies to vibrate through your body, and you can just feel into how this makes your heart feel. Ana saralashuru tukuhi sana saya sa. Yala natukurasha asarasaya na sala hatakura ka. Yana shu ana sarana shu asa. Yana shu arasiala nasha asiara nasha akanaka. There is a grace in silence. Yahana shuru sulunutukuno shurunuku. And this grace comes from not needing to explain. Yana shurunuku shalanaka. It is also the grace in choosing when and what to say. Yahana shuru sunukulanaka. So through your solitude, through the choices that you are making, where you may need to choose something just for yourself for that moment, Anasha, Lanashuru, Kuranasha. Allow that to be with grace. Allow that to be with ease. Yana Shurunuku. As your messages become gentler, Yahana Shurunuku. It's softening the energy around you, and it is softening the way the universe is communicating back with you. Yalana Shurunusu. So lots of comfort and lots of softness is coming to you. And it is kind of like a result of the choices you are making to send out softness, to send out ease. Yahana Sharalana Shura Tukurashana Shuraka. In the middle of the week, there's this energy of many things happening all at once. I think there's been a theme over the last couple of weeks. There's some part of the week that has that chaos energy. So yana shura salana shuru surakana satakana shusaka. And when energies are demanding you to move in different directions, it is pulling you in different directions. The invitation from your Akash, from the collective Akashic field, is Yana Shurunoso Inaka rhythm. Yana Lana Shunuku to Shiana Sanaka Lanasha. So that there may be a temptation to do 20 things in one stretch. Yala Shuru Sunu Shukuraka. And if that feels like a temptation for you, the invitation is to do only one thing every few intervals and to make it consistent. Ya la nashura sanaka. Although you can do the whole thing at the same time, ya nashanakuraka. Giving yourself this rhythm is allowing your nervous system and your subconscious to feel a sense of home as you're navigating through these energies. Ya la nashura sayina sharakara nasha atakasa. Coming to the end of the week. Ya la hashirana karakuta sayitaka inashanaka, where love is loving you back. Yanashura nasa nashurukuru no kusha. Yala nashunaka, where your higher thinking and higher abilities are required. Your higher brain functions of planning, foresight are being called upon. Yana Shuranaka Sharasaka. So they are asking you to rise up from where you are and become an eagle, and to be able to see your life from a bird's eye view, from the eyes of an eagle. And as you see your life unfold, Ya Sharana Surunu Shunukutaranasha, the planning becomes easier. The mundane details, Yana Shuna Saranakalanaka, can get they go in the background as the important things come forward. So this is the time, the end of the week, Yalana Shiruno Suku, for prioritizing. Yana Shunakala, for you can stretch your energy thin in 10 areas of your life. Yalana Shiranaka. Or you can look and prioritize from your bird's eye, Yashianaka, and this quintessential bird energy, this eagle spirit, this spirit energy is coming in to allow this freedom from the mundane, so that you can see the higher perspective, so that you can plan from the higher perspective, and allow that energy to guide you, and allow that energy to really prioritize where your energy will love you back, where that energy will reciprocate with you and provide you with the support and comfort that your life requires at that moment. So overall, Yana Shunaka Raka, I don't feel any major life changing things happening for most of us. Yalana Shuruku, it is a time for really getting that consistency, and it is a time to go with the motions of your week. Yalana Sharanaka. And with all of these messages, there is a lot of love. Yana Shura Sayana Shaka. And they're just wrapping all of this up with the final message. Yaha Sharana Tukurasha. Anasayasa, Anasayasa, Anasayasa. Um, the time inside of you, they're asking for it to slow down so that the time outside of you can speed up. Some of you may feel, I don't want time to be sped up anymore. I've had too many things happening to me at the moment. But they are supporting that with saying it is important to experience it in a slow way, in the slow motion, So wherever and whatever moments you're catching yourself feeling the chaotic energy or the strong winds of different motions of your life taking care of, like taking forth, um, they are inviting you to really, really experience that moment in that individual second, the next minute, and to reduce the speed of your experience so that your experiences can become easier. And the need for speed outside will also start to dissolve. Hana Sharalana Shurusukunuku. And then there is this energy of the Arcturians. Yala Shiana Kara Shurasaka. This is the energy of life review. This is the big one. Yala na Shurukuruna Shaatanaka. So, who are these Arcturians and what are these Arcturian energies? Who are our Arcturian guides? So, just a little bit about that is each one of us comes with at least one Arcturian guide. Now, what is Arcturus? Arcturus is a binary star system, which is somewhere in our galaxy, not very far away. It is in the Boötis constellation. If you're very interested to go and see on your star maps, and the beings from here are highly, highly evolved. They have gone through the motions and cycles of humanity much before we even started to make some progress as a collective. So they do. So it's kind of like they've done their PhD and we are still in Kindi. So so they are here as our big brothers and big sisters. Many of you tuning in, whether you're tuning in live or listening to the recording, may have a connection and a lineage with Arcturians. That's why that energy is coming through today. And this energy is all about sharing wisdom in very practical, grounded ways, and allowing you to see your life from the bigger perspective, allowing yourself to really step back from the mundane and be able to see from a higher perspective everything that you're doing and achieving in this moment of your life, this phase of your life. And there is an acknowledgement, a sacred witnessing of that energy. And this guidance is there, this presence is there with you through the week. So bringing in that in the collective and thanking the Akashic guides for that, because every soul that incarnates on earth is assisted with at least one guide. Even if you've not had incarnations in Arcturus, you do receive the guidance of this Arcturus being, so that you can always review. So this overall energy is coming out to be a life review energy, to be able to see things from a higher perspective. And there is just so much love, there is so much honoring in this, there's this gentleness that is coming about. So it's beautiful energy. And I hope that this journey that we have had together today assists you in some way. I am now open to any questions that you have, any comments that you want to share. So, whether you're joining live from YouTube or you're joining live from Instagram, you can just put something in the chat and I'll be happy to respond if you have a question that you want to ask the Akash. So, I'm just going to read some of the comments here to see if there are any questions. Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. It's just so wonderful that we get to do this together. If there is any question, anything that you would like to ask, you're very, very welcome. And you're very welcome to join our community. It's actually a broadcasting group, so it protects your privacy at this, and it doesn't expect you to do much, but just to really check in. The intention is to create a community where people can just check in, just tune in, and there is someone to ask, and there's a group of people who are trying to do something together, to consciously live their weeks, to consciously live their life that way. So you're very welcome to join my broadcasting group, Cosmic Soul Drops, on Instagram. And for anyone who wants to go into a deeper journey and understand what's happening with you at a soul level, you're very welcome to book a one on one Cosmic Akashic session with me. I'll leave the details in the description in this YouTube video. And I do have a couple of things that are coming up. Like, I've opened a new shamanic teacher training program, and that is starting on 15th of March. If you're interested, there is no prior experience required, just an open heart. So if you're interested in stepping into this spiritual practice as a practitioner and share your practice with others, or even teach it to others, this is a beautiful avenue. So I'll leave details of that as well in the description. It's called Muneki Shamanic Teacher Training Certification. And it's a very, very sacred process that I have been very honored to bring through me. And we also have our monthly group Akashic meditation for March. So that's a monthly group that we do, and I'll leave that as well in the description. So if you do, there are many ways that you can connect with me, and it's just such a great honor to be able to journey and do this together. So, with this sacred higher level insight that is the overall overlapping theme and wrapping theme of this week, I send you lots of love, and I will see you in the next week. So much love. Mwah.